Hey, hi, hello creatives, welcome back or to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are doing my October plan with me. I am absolutely obsessed with how this theme came out, and I can't wait to show you my process on how these pages all came together. It was so much fun doing them, but first let's dive into my supplies. Actually, sorry, just wanted to look at my nails that I did matching this theme, and then I'll dive into my supplies, which is the A5 size notebook from Archer and Olive of the June subscription box, a lavender mild liner. We also are using, or I'm also using, a purple Pentel brush pen that you'll see shortly. Yeah, this purple Pentel brush pen, a dark purple Papermate Flare, a Jelly Roll Moonlight, the size 10, purple Muji pen, and then some washi tape, a purple washi tape from Stationery Pal, and a black washi tape, some paper, book, dictionary stuff, and my, some craft paper, and then of course, as usual, lots and lots of photos from Pinterest. I will leave the Pinterest board linked below of all of these pages that I saved, or all of these pictures that I saved, in case you see any you like that you want to use for your own spreads. So as you can tell from the title, as you can tell from the photos that I'm going to be using, that this is a dark academia kind of witchy aesthetic. And obviously, given that October is Halloween month, and instead of doing the traditional orange and pumpkins and Halloween, still very similar to Halloween, but I am doing a witchy theme that's more of purples. So I recently actually posted a TikTok and a YouTube shorts of this sticker organization thing, and I realized that I didn't pull out. I like to use these sticker sheets from Four Bears sticker subscription company to use with my spreads, just because I'm subscribed to them, and you get about 5 or 6 different sticker sheets every month. And as you can see, I've accumulated quite a bit because I think I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and it's $22, $23 Canadian every 3 months. Every 3 months. So very affordable, and you get so many stickers with it. So I think that it's very worth it. So anyways, diving into my first page here, which is obviously my cover page. And I tend to do the same kind of style, or the same layout per se every month. I like to put the title of the month on the right hand side, and then do a collage on the left hand side, with of course adding photos throughout the whole page. And when I had the pictures on, see how I just changed them there, I had them on the left side and the right side, but realized that it was very close to the same on what's on the left hand side, so then I just reversed them just to make them not so symmetrical, and that the layout is the same. So as you can tell from the pens and markers and stuff that I'm using, actually none of them are black. I'm using purple for the whole setup. I'm not using black at all, so which I find kind of nice. I like going a little bit on the outside of my comfort zone a little bit, and just changing stuff up. And because I do a very similar setup, my pages are always the same each month. It's just the different theme that I do, but overall the type of journaling that I do for my themes are quite similar. So I try and challenge myself a little bit. So for this month is just use all one color. But yeah, so I'm just writing out October, and I love the look of this. I had no idea. I always struggle with different fonts in trying to organize, or not organize, it's not the right word. I try to make different fonts, and so that, it has like a theme to the page and the pages by using a certain font. I don't know how to do that. So I was very thrilled with how this title came out, on how I was able to do still a fancy yet kind of spooky. I find it spooky. I think that, the title the way that I wrote the title suits this month, perfectly. So as you can see, the stickers that I pulled out 2 space stickers. One is of butterflies, the other one is of moons and stars. And then I also pulled out a clear sticker sheet of mushrooms that, I thought the mushrooms really were suiting because of, witchy stuff, and, you have different potions and different, sage and all that kind of stuff that you would use and crumple up. So I thought mushrooms were very fitting. And mind you, I don't have to find it very fitting. I mean, I use butterflies and space butterflies. What's suiting about space butterflies with a witchy dark academia theme, but they're the right color. So I don't really care what it is of. It doesn't necessarily have to match the theme. It's just, it doesn't have to make sense. I just like it because it was matching the colors, and I find that they all go together like really perfectly. So anyways, moving on to my calendar spread. As usual, this is generally how I set it up. I do my spaces that are 6 by 6, and this is how I found that this layout works for me, because as I've mentioned in previous videos, I use this for bill payments and any, special events, and, I write things in these boxes. So I like when they're big enough. So I did the lines of the calendar in the Papermate Flare. I did the numbers in my Muji pen, and on the side I was just working on the stats for YouTube and Instagram in the Jelly Roll Moonlight, which actually showed up really well on the white paper. I thought that, I know it's a gel pen, but I just thought it wouldn't be as vibrant as it was. And now I'm just working on the title, which I struggled with a little bit. This monthly calendar page is always a little bit more tricky because there's never a lot of space on either side to do the collaging that I like to do with these photos. But I always tend to make it work. I do try to print off different size photos. I make I make the photos themselves different sizes. You'll see that when I get to my mood board, I actually, certain photos that stick out to me, I like to make them bigger, just so they take up more of the page. I find that that's what I've been doing recently with my mood boards, and I love the way it looks. So I like to try and have, horizontal photos that work good for this page, and then, vertical photos that work really good on the right hand side there of that candle. But just to have different size photos. I always because I always save about like 30 photos. I think it's about 30 photos that I save on the Pinterest board, and I print them all out, and I never use them all. I know it's probably not necessary to have 30. I can probably get away with 15 and be totally fine, but I like options. I like to know what stuff kind of looks together, and I love having leftover stuff that I'll just use in a random journal with me in a creative journal session. And I love using leftover stuff, and I just put them in a leftover bin, and I've done actually it multiple times of different journal with me videos that I've posted here on my channel of using leftover photos from a monthly bullet journal setup. And yeah, I love doing that. So moving on to my page, my budgeting page that gets used the most in a month, and especially recently, my husband and I are being quite conscious of our money and making sure that we are, checking in with our bank accounts and, seeing what our balance is and stuff before making certain purchases, just to be aware. We really want to get some things started and do some things around the house, but need money to do all of those things. So we're just really focusing on paying off our line of credit, and going to start focusing on the house and get some stuff done and make this home our own. We moved into this house back in December, and we haven't really done a whole lot to, add our personality to the home. So I think that now that we've been here for almost a year, we're ready to do so. So This is my budgeting page. As you see on the left-hand side, I have a notes section. Then I have a bills section that I write down every month. And then on the right side are my paychecks, or my husband and I's paychecks that, I just go through and allocate money into different spots, because we have a bill payment account. So all of our mortgage and all of our house bills all show up in that account. So we don't have to worry about it month to month. Which we find works extremely well for us. So moving on to my next page, and this page always gets me the most excited to do, and to me is always very satisfying once it's completely filled out. And on the left side that I'm working on now, as you see me writing, is my memories page, which, as I've mentioned, I write whatever I want about that day. A summary of what happened that day, what I was grateful for that day, a favorite memory, whatever I have room for, whatever I decide to write, really. It doesn't, it's just to write something that happened that day, or something I'm grateful for, or, all of the things. I have the power to do what I want because it's my journal. So moving on to my are almost kind of arranged my photos and how I want to place them, is my mood board. And I'm sure if this isn't your first video here on my channel, that you would know that this is my favorite page to do. It gives me the most creative freedom, and just to organize everything the way I love. I really wanted the witchy theme, I really wanted to make sure I printed off some photos of a Ouija board. Me and a girlfriend of mine, when we were younger, who used to always play with the Ouija board. We even were one of the bold ones that took a Ouija board into a cemetery back when we were young bucks, and probably a little silly and not really smart, and not really respectful, obviously, as I look back now. But we did that, and it was fun at the time. Not something I would do again, that's for sure. But so I really wanted to include a Ouija board photo throughout these spreads, and I love how that mood board came out. I love the little look. I love that I added in the gold, the little skinny gold washi tape is what I added in after. I showed you all of my supplies at the beginning, and I think I've used that washi tape a lot in previous videos and previous setups, and I just think that the gold really makes things pop, and I feel like it could be a staple that I use in almost all of my spreads, similar to what dictionary pages have become. I use them in almost every bullet journal setup. So, but now I'm just working on the last page that you'll see me create today, which is my weeklies. And I love adding in photos like this to not have such an overwhelming page, but they work for me. So, but I can't believe we're already through this video and my October setup. This year is really flying by. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the things. It means so much to me, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.